Apaa land, I think it is on top of the list of the Acholi crisis. The Acholi people have been suffering ever since after camp. The Acholi who lives in Apaa have been suffering even when social media or the internet had not yet penetrated the villages. And now that has penetrated, we can now see the current thing and also the past. Just to start it off with, you have seen this guy who I don't know his name.
And you make your own work, give out your material mirror. What you give your mama get a can give you charge, you John Bosco.
In the recent video that was circulating on social media, and we also had to arrange them and put on our channel, struggling when he was younger, and now he is looking older, but is still on the struggle alongside other fellow people.
And what you have given to the office, the response to us is not coming anymore. And in addition to that, since we are the very local people, it's a stable problem to them. What they are doing is not coming because they are looking for our political leaders.
And this one shows to you to what extent this thing is serious. Or they actually are not willing to give up on this land. Burning houses, killings, lootings, allegations of all sorts, evictions, attempts from diplomats, attempts from politicians, people having their personal selfish interests, and people who want to do good for the betterment of humanity are all what make up the Apaa land conflict. This is the kids have grown up. This is a reflection of what has been happening in Apaa. Just briefly, a brief highlight. Houses burnt, people were displaced. There was a time when rampant burning of grass thatch houses was just too much, and the people could not bear. People were forced to run away into camps in Gulu city. But then it was still Gulu municipality. From the archives, the crowd gathered, grieving and mourning the lost one, while thinking about the possibility of leaving the land that they had stayed in, had livelihood on for so long. With the gloomy faces and sad hearts, the community gathered to try to find out what can we do next. There was a day when houses were burnt, and then, as you know, people have to find out the truth. This message came in from somebody who was sent to find out what happened exactly after the community had run away to hide for their life.
Okay, go. You work in motorboat,
yeah? Motorboat. Motorboat very Baganda, but plastic. Baganda.
Ugandan wana la motorboat. Na mimi mo.
Oh, petit temps comme. Petit temps comme.
The community have also accused soldiers of looting their property. The small things which look so small to the people who don't know. But as they say, who feels it knows it, like chicken.
Okay. Sin nenda pa ya bishel medoma bishel chawa ngwen kinuchu anero monyi magitiki uniform magitiki na para reo kara ki woro ki oro igang ko konya David ki goyo odi cha ne wengom ki tiu mach ki gwero ki chinyi ku mach ki nyono nget gang jeme kenyo wengi utinyo ki bodi mach ma jeme cha wewo wangoi mach bana angole ki lum doctor me lubu ko ka mede chero yene ki woro ki o gang ko pio David dare ki no odi te ario ki woro nget gang ki nyono jeme ge ti tengang wengi tinyo ki bodi ot ki chinyi odi ario ine weng ki riamo gwena chiel ki mago anda gwena kwa ni ko gito rock o gang moto gang pamigu mo geluona toro kino kenyo gang kenyo dano pere riamo gwena ngwen make mago inge ki chinyo ot ario ino weng.
During the time of that high intense attack, the community of Apaa, the Acholi community specifically, were forced to run away and settle in a camp at the United Nations office in Gulu municipality, currently Gulu city. And when the community runs to seek refuge somewhere else, there's always a briefing. And here is a kind that happened. You check this one out.
For each category, women, men, children, because what is important to know, based on human rights principles, between us, human beings, we have some categories who are more protected than others. For example, women and children, they are more protected than others. Why? Because they are considered as the most vulnerable
Here comes the brave man who was looking younger, the one that I started with. And the recent video shows her grown old. That's why I say the kids have grown old. Check what he said during those days of the intense.
Resident of Apaa. We have come here yesterday and we have our camp at the UN office. And we have come and we will present our problems and the reasons why we have come and what we actually need from them. But after dawn, they will come out yesterday and allow that to stay in our lodges. But only thing we have seen happening yesterday, the journalists are chased because they are the ones who can expose us to the rest of the community, but we have not seen that one. And what we have tabled to the office, the response to us is not coming anymore. And the very soon to that, since we are the very local people, it has tabled the problem to them. What they are doing is not coming because they are talking to our political leaders, and yet the political leaders are not the ones which have brought this to them, and they are doing all that. But they try to talk to us as the local community today in the afternoon hours, but they are not agreeing us to express ourselves fully. So I don't have any more to say. Those are the major key areas about them. You may think that they are being right because everyone works for money.
Like it is said earlier, Lakony Michael is now keeping quiet. Recently, he has crossed to the NRM party, which is not bad. But the biggest worry is, will he continue to be on the side of the people? But before he had changed to be like this, here is what he also said.
When we talk to the UN team, they are not specific. The petition was channeled to them by the community members, and now they are not engaging the community in regard to the petition. They said they channeled the information to the High Commission, but there is no acknowledgement from the High Commission in regard to the plight of the community. So we want a situation whereby leaders are not supposed to be engaged. The community brought in their petition. They are supposed to be engaged more than the leaders. Leaders came as by the way. So the lead petitioners, being the community members, they applied what has been entailed in the petition, supposed to be addressed, and addressed directly to the community members, not to leaders, because it is their petition.
The camps were made up of carpets, just possibly to protect the people from sunshine and somehow the rain. Here is what someone had to say about it, and you can also comprehend it yourself.
We, the people, have come here some 2-3 days ago. We have come to UN Human Rights Office Gulu branch here. In fact, we have moved to make the world know our problem. Houses were burned, over 844 houses that have already entered into our record. Many of our properties, when you see like the bicycles, the household utensils, they are all burned. In fact, we have come here over 250. We are now here in the UN's office. We want attention of the High Commissioner of UN for Human Rights that he can really engage the government to know our problem and come out with amicable and everlasting solution. You can see they have volunteered themselves to erect up some tents. Yeah, that when the excessive sunshine cannot actually disturb the people, and above all when it rains also. Immediately when we came here, yesterday but one on Wednesday, a terrible rain was here, rained even cats and dogs. Here the youth, who have come and they are in their tent because we have grouped ourselves. The mothers are separate, the elderly and the youth are also they are separate. You can see by the night hours they can put some fire, whereby if those who are not lying, they can even come and gather around the fireplace. And see, they are trying also to keep higher level of cleanliness. That's why others are volunteering, picking some rubbish, then they take it in the rubbish pit. In this corner, we have people who are volunteered. They are trying to make some shelters. Here, we are happy that the UN have offered us even the source of water here. You can see through the pipe. People are getting also. So we are grateful for the support the UN, the Human Rights Gulu branch are also giving to us while we are waiting for the High Commission. See here we have our fire points. We have mothers, we have volunteers, even fathers who are cooking here. Those are the welfare team. Because on our way coming, we contributed some food stuff amongst ourselves, and by so reaching here, we are happy that some of the local groups within our community are contributing. I welcome you also here. You can see a group of singers. You know, with those who sing, they communicate through songs. And here they are singing in our local dialect, portraying the hardship they are undergoing, we are undergoing, and the dilemma we are undergoing.
As the community waited, this man took people through what happened and how they are living in their new semi-home, that is the camp. A letter had been sent to the UN High Commissioner.
One wa kiapa biano o idul igang pa UN ni ano dua para share yu direction rio kun rio jo matimo bale komwa bal ma papa ma charo wa uri pa dano goya dano ya ko jen pa dano lo tembale go no bermon me Uganda police me Uganda ki jo magwa kaskar magwa le gen mo nyano ni giwajani kenti area me gwa le dano mi ro beriye wa mero UN mi twero ki gamente me ke research me neno ni pedon gibi yele wa begi bi twalo mon ka wa ori wa begi bi twalo mon ka goya wa o mero ben gi ke research malen ni gamente me Uganda digi maga dok pe bi dok ka kwanya ngom wa ka se gamente pe woro lok ma wano tika merne ni gotem tie UN mero long lobo ma chara embassy lobo ma mi ko ki Uganda me jomi o kon po UN be mu jole wakan tika gwa wa ma be chinyo fotek me bero kan ko tika ko UN High Commissioner wonyang ni do no warga do bore don tika ko adugi pa warga kene no dugo ma pe yen wa siwa bi mere kibero ongani UN tika tis matek don wa lego ni o tigi yo ne wen me kwanya wan digi maka wan ben wo bet ki kuz.
Just like artists like Bosmigo team said, BSG Labon had to put his voice, but the statement was not complete, was brief. We all know that the Acholi people follow a lot of celebrities, and celebrities have a responsibility to play key roles when the people are in suffering. But you don't see the musicians or comedians or any other artist, the content creators and the rest, posting anything that concerns the Acholi people, like the issue of the Karmojong, Nodding syndrome disease. At least Simple Daddies has done something huge for it, big love for her. And also the issue of Apaa, they sit on the sideline saying it will affect their business. But a brief one from BSG Labon. Of course, women has less energy because they were created with less muscles. But then they have something called soft power. In this coming video, they're singing, they're wailing that the Lord should have mercy upon the Acholi people who are in Apaa. Listen. Like I said before Akol Anthony changed a lot, which he will not accept that he has changed a lot. He stood by the side of his people of Apaa, fronting to go inside and struggle to fight for what is right, for what is the voice of his people. I'm not siding here, but one thing is to have a fair judgment on the people before he changed. Alongside Beta Olochan, they struggled a lot, but now arguably there's nothing he can do tangible, and his hands will be tied due to the recent changes that he made in his political career. And this is bringing a lot of mistrust from many Acholi people. Some may argue it's not right, but time is the only fact. As he was rumored to be joining the government soon and he denied previously, he can deny right now that he will stand by the side of his people, but time will always expose him. This is how good he was.
Yeah. I'm advising you go and meet the people you wanted to meet in Amur, but not in Ajuman.
That is why I'm saying the commander.
No, why are you running away, please? You have a responsibility here. You have a responsibility. Huh? Why are you running away?
I'm not running away.
Yeah, come and talk to us. Why do you do that?
We don't want
Don't take it as your personal problem,
We
please.
don't want to go to Apaa. We want to be in Amur. Because we know that this Apaa is not part of Uganda.
So we want the people
We
to
don't
come
have
here.
the visa. So we are asking that
Now,
those
if I'm
who are
talking
here.
about the visa, I've talked to the head of the security. I've given him what I've told him, the stand, and the security situation we have here, in as far as that matter is concerned.
Do you know what we agreed on at first? What you suggested? That the people be mobilized and brought
No,
here.
they were
And you even
mobilized
said
by
you allow the
Amuru
local
district.
people to come.
And they are there waiting.
They are there.
No, they are not there.
No, the officer
All these
told you
people-
here.
You came to Amur. This is a human. You are people in
People,
Amur.
let's go. For me, I'm here.
He's taking it personally.
Let's go.
As if it's his own
Members,
problem.
let's go. Until when we get the visa from IGP, we can never access
Just like Chandan Felix Alturu is doing alongside Acholi Partners for Justice and Coinpage Initiative, food distribution was also happening during that intense period. Here is a clip after the completion of a session of food distribution to the people who were internally displaced in Apaa.
We've come to the end of our food distribution at Apaa internal displaced camp. You can see those who have got their goods are now getting ready to take the distributed stuff into their respective camps, clusters, houses in Apaa.
The activists have spoken. Politicians like Gilbert Lanya have spoken. Non-governmental organizations like Action Aids International have spoken. Just like this one.
He stood up to sympathize with my grandmothers, with my grandfathers, with my brothers who are suffering out of land conflict in Apaa, Amuru district, because I've got the zeal in my mind and my heart that I should never treat anyone less of a human being. We are going to step forward and denounce whoever has been part of the perpetrators of the land grabbing in Apaa to the entire world, that they have to be exposed. If the people of Apaa are suffering, we people who stay in Gulu, we should not watch them because they're in another district of Acholi sub-region. No, that is not the case. We sympathize with them because we are bound to each other. I cannot watch to see my brothers, my fellow mothers suffering. I cannot just keep quiet.
But still, there's no change. The people continue to suffer. The people continue to perish. And the biggest problem in Acholi is the people of Agago only want to talk about Karmujong. The people of Debede only want to talk about Achwa Ranch, and as well, they know the syndrome disease. Then the people in Amoro only wants to talk about the Apaa land issue. While the people in Rom, in Lamore and Kitgum, they only want to talk about the elephants destroying their crops. In other words, disunity. They think they can stay alone. But I think Acholi should try to push for a fair judgment on the Apaa issue. Thank you.